In this example, Leah and Josh are buying a $600,000 home. They've been approved for a 7.25 APR mortgage rate. They are going to make a 15% down payment, and they're going to be closing on September 6th. So we want to know how much interest they have to prepay for their closing. Since they're closing on September 6th, they'll be going into the house from September 6th to September 30th, making 24 days worth of interest that won't be included in that mortgage payment. So they're going to have to account for that additional mortgage, and we want to know how much that's going to be. So in this problem, the first thing we need to know is how much they're actually going to have to pay for their loan. Since they're making a down payment of 15%, we need to calculate what that remaining balance is going to be on the actual loan. So the house itself costs $600,000. They're making a down payment of 15%, so multiply that by 0.15, and that's going to tell us that they made a $90,000 down payment. So then that $90,000 is what we can take off of the $600,000 that the original cost of the house was, to figure out that their loan is only going to have to actually be for $510,000. But we need to know about interest, and their interest rate was 7.25%. And we already talked about how they're going to be making their first mortgage payment on October 1st, since they're moving in on September 6th. Well, that means all the way from September 7th to September 30th, they're basically living in the house for free. But the bank still wants them to pay interest on that time. So that's 24 days of interest that they're going to have to prepay at a 7.25% interest rate. So what we're going to do is we're going to take our total loan, the $510,000, and we're going to multiply it by our interest rate, 0.0725, to figure out how much total interest annually we're going to have on that loan, because that interest rate is a yearly interest rate. So for a year, we're going to have $36,975 worth of interest. But now that's for the whole year. So now that we have the year interest, we know that there's 365 days in a year. So we're going to take our interest, divide by 365, and that's going to tell me how much interest we pay per day, 101.30. But they're going to be moving into the house 24 days before they make that first mortgage payment. So basically living in that house for free for 24 days, but not for free because the bank wants them to pay interest on that. So I'm going to take my daily rate of my interest, multiply it by those 24 days that I'm living for free, and that's going to give me a total amount of $2,431.20 worth of prepaid interest they're going to have to pay